Oh, deforestation, ancient debris mining, and triple cave spider spawners? What do these three things have in common with each other, I wonder? Well, my friends, these are all examples of B-roll clips, little snippets of my adventures, my experiences here on the HermitCraft server that I wanted to share with you. Or at least I did at the time I recorded them. For you see, what usually happens is I get into editing and I start wondering, how on earth am I going to combine these together into some cohesive narrative to explain what's happening, what I've gone through on HermitCraft. And a lot of times these clips just get deleted because, like, what am I going to do with sea pickles, right? I got a clip here of sea pickles. How does this, go along with like what I did with the villagers? I moved them from the village to a new area, and those two clips don't really have anything to do with each other, right? But if I can somehow give you a nice narrative to go along with these things, these boring clips can actually become quite entertaining. They can be a very enjoyable part of the episode. So yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of using B-roll in my videos. Not only can it be entertaining if presented the right way, but it's also great for pacing. It kind of adds a unique flavor to the video. And you can use it for transitions, for giving a lot of information to you guys quickly. And it can also enrich experiences. Like, you might see the lays behind me and think to yourself, oh, that's nice, Etho's got a lays now. But with the beauty of B-roll video, I can actually take you back to the experience of when I first found the lays. My trip down the ice river that was almost like a natural boat race track. That was very fun. And then I found a stronghold, and of course I went and tamed the lays, and then I brought them back home, and on the way home I found a donkey to bring back with me, and I rode the donkey back with the lays. Okay, we got through all the B-roll. Let's get into the episode now. Yeah, so we're starting to make a little bit of progress here around our base, building farms, collecting resources, that kind of thing, but at the moment stuff is very fragmented, and it's not going to make a lot of sense. There's not like a grand picture I'm working towards at the moment, and I'm just trying to get stuff done. We built the all caps Scar. My goodness, this guy. He's like a 5-year-old in a candy store, I tell ya. So excited. But yeah, this ender chest storage system is kind of like our main storage room that we're going to be using the most. And then the Shulker search engine is our overflow. So anything that doesn't fit in here goes in there. And then when we need to refill these, we pull it out of there and put it in here is kind of the idea. So the way I like to do my storage in this game is I put like one stack of everything in my ender chest, and then I automatically refill it using this system, is the goal. And we're starting to make some progress on getting these filled up. Like, I got the orange sand stuff taken care of, and sandstone, and a few things. Most of these are empty right now. It's like a big job and a half filling this up. But little by little, we'll get it done. So another thing we got going on here is we hauled some villagers from the nearby village, like 400 blocks away. And they're just kind of hanging out down here. The problem is, every time I do this, an iron golem seems to spawn and just causes havoc and kills me and stuff. We got to get this guy to infect our villagers, though. So we can cure them, get their trade prices down low, that kind of thing. I'm going to hide over here, maybe. And we just got to wait here for a little bit to see the show happen, I guess. Alright, that's probably as good as it's gonna get. So let's do it. Oh yeah, this was a mistake. A big mistake. Do I have no blocks? I have no blocks. Alright, we're getting it done somehow. Alright, this is gonna be our third wave, and generally you want to do at least 3 waves when you do this. 4 or 5 is better, though. Unfortunately, I'm out of gold. That was all my golden apples, so we're going to have to stop it there for now. I think for this wave, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get them in boats so that they don't attack each other after they cure. Ooh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh! No! Okay, this is going to make things a little more tricky. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, we got our boats back. Uh-oh, there's a shulker on the ground. Okay, this is fine. I planned for this. It's all good. Whoa, no. Okay. I didn't get food, did I? Uh-oh, they're getting converted again. Don't do that. Look at me. Look at me. Not at the villagers. Look at me. I'm the one you want. Oh, don't hurt me, though. Okay. Can we go in the walls? No, we can't. I'm in trouble here. I'm in trouble. No! I got backed into the corner. Okay, we're down a little bit of gear right now, but that's fine. We'll get it back in just a second here. Some people think I'm a big planner, right? Like I got some 40 chest mine thing going on. No, not really. I usually like to just jump into situations and see what happens, you know? Let's do this one instead. So I kind of got started on the spider farm. Believe it or not, though, I didn't actually farm any spiders. Now I need to for weakness potions. How do I get this going? There's a torch up there, isn't there? So right now I don't have a sword, I don't have a helmet, so I'm a little bit weak. So this might go from one bad situation to another. You know what? I don't have arrows now. No arrows and no weapons. Okay. I do have backup gear. Oh, look at that. Lots of backup gear. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, we got spider eyes. Good, good. What are we at? 5? Okay, that's probably enough now. Gonna get our tools back. Okay, well that went pretty smoothly. We got our gear recovered, we got their trade prices lowered, and now they're ready for a trading area whenever we want to set that up. But that wasn't really my plan for today. I just wanted to lower their trade prices so I can start trading with them. Our main goal for today is actually going to be building a mini game. So if you haven't seen, Scar is planning to host a charity event, and he needs everybody to build mini games for it. Well, not everybody, but whoever can. And I wanted to spend some time doing that today. To be honest with you, though, I'm not really set up for that kind of thing. I don't have a lot of stuff to do anything crazy cool or complicated, right? But I did come up with an idea. We're actually going to be building something quite massive, but I'm going to use very cheap blocks for it, like stone, wood, and that kind of stuff. What we're going to do is first collect like a shulker or 2 of wood. I got to get some spruce and some dark oak. And we're testing out the tree farm for the first time here, so let's see if it blows up. That's always fun, right? All right, I think we're good. Excellent. Okay, so check this out. We got some leaves and we got some logs farmed up to get started on our mini game here. We'll probably need a few more and make lots of trips back and forth from here and our base, because I never know what I need. But yeah, we've flown out to the minigame area, which is actually very much in development at the moment. There's just one minigame here, guys. Azuma made some scaffolding game, where you gotta pick up the scaffolding. So we pretty much get first pick of the land. I'm sure this area will fill up very soon. We want to build it near his minigame, but we need to find like a big flat spot for it, and I don't want to do it in the birch forest because blech, look at that grass color, ugly, right? Let's do it maybe over here is what I was thinking. And then we got the mountains all around us. This is kind of a cool spot, right? I like it. But we'll have to chop down all the trees and flatten this out a fair bit, but I think we have enough space here. I hope. I'm gonna get started and maybe do some measuring. I actually got the build all figured out already, guys. Believe it or not, you've actually seen it before. Like 10 years ago, you saw it. This has been in the works for a long time, guys. Very long time. Okay, a little slight change of plans here. I measured that area and it was just a little bit too small for what we needed. So I looked around some more, and actually this spot here will work. It just barely will fit in here. And the nice thing about over here, it's by the portal and it is very flat, so I won't have to terraform as much, which is a nice bonus, right? Less work, I like that. So this is going to be our center point here. And usually whenever I'm starting a big project, I like to just make sure I get my beacon up and all that kind of stuff right away, because it's going to save time in the long run. Before I even chop down the trees, let's get the beacon up, because it'll make that just ever so slightly faster too. All right, there we go. We got haste. It doesn't make much of a difference, but it does help a little bit, trust me. over several hundred logs you gotta chop down, it makes a difference. Well, we got the area all nicely cleared out here. All the trees are packed up into this double chest, and this actually works out great because we need birch and oak for this project as well, and now we have it. So the next step is to start flattening things. I think this is going to be our ground level here, and basically anything above this level is going to get chopped down to this level. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a weird build for me because I'm copying it over from another world. Like I have to look at the other world and then copy it here, and that requires like lots of checking, making sure I don't make a mistake. So I think for this project, I'm gonna do it mostly off camera, and then I'll bring you guys in for the end, and we'll do the adapting and the gamifying of the project afterwards. If you're wondering what the dark oak is about, though, I put these down as anchor points. I don't know if you've ever tried to copy something before, and then you get to the end of it, and it's like, uh-oh, this is off by a block. I'm hoping these anchor points, I carefully measured them. I'm hoping this ensures that like I can quickly detect if something's off if we got a bunch of these. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Oh, snappers. All right, everybody, this is about 8 hours into the future of building, and it's starting to take some shape here, starting to get some progress. Some of you might know what this is now. That's right, we're building the Battle Bane arena, and we're gonna try to turn it into a mini game here on HermitCraft. And it's going good. Like, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. But boy, did I underestimate the amount of time this would take. We're about 8 hours in, and I thought we would be done at this point. Or maybe a quarter or a third done. Yeah, so there's a good chance we're not going to get this totally finished today. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to keep building for a bit and hopefully get a lot more progress done. Well, looks like we got her all done here, everybody. Oh, it's such an easy project. So it took several days of like non-stop building. I grossly estimated how long this project would take to finish. I decided to just plow through, get it done, and this episode's going to be a bit delayed though as a result. It was a bit of a sunk cost fallacy situation where, you know, I probably should have come up with a different idea, but I just wanted to get it done because I had so much invested in it already that I just kept building and building and building. And now we got Battle Bane on HermitCraft. So this is very good. I'm actually very happy I got it all done now. Because not only does this like fulfill the need of like, hey, Scar needs a minigame for his charity event, but we now just have a general PvP arena on HermitCraft, which I think is a really good thing for making the server more fun. Like, take for example, let's say I wanted to hang out with Tango on HermitCraft here, right? I would probably have to come to him with an idea of something fun to do, right? And there's a little bit of a burden to that, a little bit of a challenge to always come up with something to do when you want to hang out with someone on the server. But now that we got like mini games starting to pop up, like if I want to do something with another hermit, you don't necessarily need an idea to do it. You can just go, hey, let's go PvP on the Battle Bane arena or something, or play Cub's Total Chaos game, you know? Like that kind of stuff is really important, I think, for keeping the server fun and enjoyable to play on. So now we got another mini game to play as well. And just the other thing as well, there's, as you know, a little bit of history with this map. I spent so much time designing it, and I never got the game finished, right? I'm not saying I'm abandoning it or anything like that. No. I might still one day finish it. You never know. But I did spend a lot of time designing it, and I really was like focused on like getting sight lines working nicely on this map and stuff. So I kind of want to see it played and almost like tested to see if some of my predictions on how it would play would come true and get fulfillment out of that for me as well. Now, the other thing about all this though, this project isn't finished just yet. No. We still got some more to do on this. And this is the part I want you guys to be in with me on, because I think it'll be interesting to see how we adapt this to HermitCraft. Because if you remember the original Battle Bane, it used command blocks to make the game modes, right? We don't have that on HermitCraft, so we're going to need to come up with a new, almost game design for this arena. We just copied the arena over, but we need to make our own game with it, right? So I'm kind of thinking, let's just do a standard PvP battle. It's nice and simple. It'll be easy to understand, easy to pick up for people. We might add some capture system to it. I got an idea for that, which we'll get into in just a second. But the other thing is, since the original one used command blocks, it also used command blocks for like some other things. Like it was up in the air, right? And like if you fell off this bridge, the command block would check if you're outside the arena bounds and then just kill you. On HermitCraft here, we actually need to dig a hole under this bridge, at least 23 blocks deep, so that when someone falls off, they don't just get stuck. They need to actually die when they hit the ground, right? So that needs to be done in a few places. And especially we'll need something for dictating what is out of bounds of the arena. Like, for example, right now, the way it's set up, I can just go, like, from the castle, jump over here. And now I'm outside of the intended arena, and I could walk over here and jump back in somewhere else, maybe. We don't really want people doing that, right? So I kind of got started on digging here, but we want to dig like a 5-block gap, probably. Like, go a little bit more than this so it can't be jumped, hopefully. All around the whole thing here, and like 23 blocks deep as well. So if someone gets knocked out of the arena, they kind of die when they hit the ground. Yeah, but that's going to be a bit of a long, boring, grindy project. So I'll try to get that done between this episode and next episode off camera. This episode, let's mainly focus on the game mode. So it's going to be standard PvP, right? Everybody loves standard PvP. It's kind of a staple in Minecraft. It's easy to understand. It has high replayability. That's all good, right? But let's face it, standard PvP is a little bit boring. It's a big problem as well if people group up in like a team game and they don't really move around the map. We want to give them some kind of reason to move around the map here as well. So that's where this capture point system is going to come in. It's going to be like an additional thing. People can just play standard PvP, or they can play the more fancy game mode if they choose to interact with it. So I'm thinking like each team has their own castle. Let's put the capture point like right over here. This is a good spot, I think, because there's like a lot of things connected to this. So you can come up the ladder here, you can come across the bridge here, you can shoot down on someone over here from across on the volcano there. This is like a real like high intersection area, and it's also kind of like in the castle for every team. So let me rig something up here and I'll try to explain how I want this to work. Okay, I think we got something here. Check this out. Triggers, it sucks up our stake there, and then it starts counting back up, and then after a little bit of time it'll start counting down again, and it'll pick up the next thing we put over here. So this isn't quite a standard capture point system. We're basing this a little bit off of the Rip Zone game I made in Season 7 of HermitCraft. We're going to be playing for points. So as you know, when you die on HermitCraft here, you drop a player head if someone kills you. We're going to use those as points. Each player head will be worth 3 points, and if you bring it back to your capture area here, and it goes into the system, that's how you get points. If somebody kills you before you can bring it back, though, then they can steal those points from you, possibly. So we're trying to make a really simple system here, though, that has complex game implications to it. So you would bring your player heads over here, drop them into the system, and then once it counts down, it'll pick it up, and then it's good. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this, actually. This is a very simple idea, but I think it's going to have huge variation in gameplay as a result of it, because it almost has risk versus reward built into it. You need to decide as a player, how do you manage your capture point? Like, you could just drop off your points here and then run away and try collect some more and not waste any time that way. But then there's a risk somebody's going to come by and steal your points from you, right? So you might decide, okay, it's a team game. Maybe let's just locate one guy to always guard the capture point. But then the other teams might see, oh, there's only one guy there. Maybe let's gang up and try to just kill him and steal their points quickly as well. And then we'll get his player head for bonus points. So, yeah, I really like that. Plus, it rewards being observant, so you might see someone drop off some points at their capture point and then leave really quickly, and if you notice that, you can go and just grab the free points, right, if you're paying attention. Most of the time, though, I think people will drop off points and then walk away, and no one will see that there's points there, and they'll just go into the system, because you're going to be distracted by getting shot at and all that kind of stuff, right? You are playing a PvP game while managing your capture system here. But I feel like this system on its own isn't enough to make the game interesting. We need to have another way of getting people to move around the map, I feel. So that's where this other idea comes in. I experimented with a like point dispenser. We're going to have these scattered around the map, maybe like 8 to 12 of them around the whole map here. And every time you find an item waiting on the pedestal, you can pick it up, and that's worth a point if you can bring it back to your capture system. But again, people can kill you and steal it from you. But after you pick it up here, there's no points for a while for anybody else until it gets refreshed. That gets managed by a hopper clock. Basically, we can add or remove time on here if we think it needs to be slowed down or sped up. But it refreshes within 5 minutes so that this item doesn't despawn. And there's always going to be an item available if it hasn't been picked up recently. And basically, it just shoots an item from the dropper to the top here. Whoop, and then shoots it back down here. So it's we can like actually just leave this running all the time, even when the game's not going, possibly. And then I don't have to manage like turning it on and off, you know. And this is a real simple thing to add to the game without needing a bunch of redstone controlling it. So I kind of like that. Same with the capture points here. Very simple. It's basically just a hopper clock that we could leave running even when the game's not going, possibly. The hopper clock hooks up to the lights here. Depending on how many ender pearls are in the hopper clock affects how many lights are lit up. And then every time it triggers, it just sends a signal down here as well to a locking mechanism for the hopper. Ooh, the hopper is over there. So at the end of the game, we need to see all the points and then add them up for each team somehow. So maybe we send those points somewhere, some grand central location. Still thinking about things, how we're going to do that. The other thing is we might need a timer for this game, because otherwise you just play forever, right? We need a like some way to end the game. All right, it's going to be loud. All right, let's go away. So let's pretend the time is up and the bell starts ringing. How far can we hear that? Oh, I think that's the limit. Right around here. Okay, so it doesn't reach the entire arena. That means we'll need at least 4 bells hidden underground, maybe, to signal that. Yeah, so I think using bells and audio cue is the way to go about telling everybody the round is over, because visually, like, the map is pretty big, and also there's, like, a lot of stuff in your face always, so it would be hard to have, like, a clean display visually somewhere. Maybe beacon beams could be used, but I just like the idea of using the bells. They seem like they'll work out pretty good. So the rounds will probably be like 5 to 10 minutes long, and then when it's over, the bells ring and everybody stops playing. And also we'll probably want to freeze the scoring system so any like last minute things don't get entered into it. The last thing we got to consider with our game here is how do we start it? Like, where do we put the people? So in Battle Bane, I think the spawning location was over here. You would get teleported into the arena with a command block. Obviously, we can't do that with this game. We need something else. So I think we'll like build a spawn room, like punch this out and like build like a 10 by 10 room over here maybe. We'll want to put beds in there, a place for people to set their spawn and respawn at. Somewhere to drop off their gear before the game starts, like a bunch of chests for that. And we'll probably want like some dispensers that will automatically equip people with the gear. We're not going to use shields in this game, I don't think, because I don't like shields. And it'll probably just be like iron armor and like basic weapons, unenchanted. Although we'll want to put Curse of Vanishing on everything, so when people die, their inventory doesn't get cluttered. I learned that lesson from Rip Zone. People's inventory filled up, and then they couldn't pick up player heads. And that became a big issue. But yeah, I think that's about as far as we're going to get on this project today, though, because it's about that time in the episode. And to be honest, I need a break from it. I've been working on this too long. I need to go do something else. So hopefully for the next episode, we will get it all done and hopefully get a game together where we can play with some of the other hermits and do a little test run, have some fun with it. If you have any ideas for the project, please let me know in the comments. I do like to check out your thoughts on it. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. So until the next one, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.